Alright, here we are back with match 1. We're waiting on our opponent to decide if he would like to play first or be on the draw. I imagine that he will be playing first. I am well prepared to be on the draw. We do have some busted draws we can get with this deck. Did some math, we can do things like turn 1, make 6 mana if we really wanted to, I think. I think this hand is great. We have turn 2 mana drain or turn 2, Raphellos if we draw it. We're basically on perfect mana here. I'm not going to fetch this Windswept Heath until we need to, as it's almost always going to have a target in our deck. Magic Online's volume is a little quiet here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up real quick. Oh, wrong one. Let's turn it up a little. Maybe up to here. Alright, there we go. Stomping Ground. Alright, we're going to lead on Windswept Heath. And we'll see where it goes from there. The only thing that gets awkward with Windswept Heath here is if we draw Trop right here, we can't mana drain on turn 2. But we didn't. But we did draw Arbor Elf right on time. The reason I'm waiting on the Windswept Heath, though, is I might want it to get Scrubland in the future, though I don't think I ever will. I'm just going to play Island here. We can play Arbor Elf next turn if we need to. I like leaving up the mana drain. It's pretty free. In this cube, you never know what sort of busted things your opponent can do, so. Llanowar Elves is not a busted thing, though it might be too busted for standard, according to Wizards. Well, you never know. I trust them on that. Mirari's Wake. Yeah, see, we might want to do that at some point. We're just going to play our own Llanowar Elves. Yeah, at this point, I think our mana's perfect. Metalworker. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that. I'm going to go ahead and mana drain that. You never know what stupid things can come when Metalworker's on the field. Sometimes it's just a 1-2 beater. Other times it's completely busted. Well, he spell pierced it, so I guess we are in that position. He does only have 3 cards in hand. Maybe his Metalworker is just a 1-2 beater. Or maybe it wins him the game. Probably one or the other. Here, I'm going to go ahead and lead on Wall of Blossoms before I play a land. Opposition. I am not too unhappy to see that. I'm just going to play the Stomping Ground tapped. And we'll pass the turn for now. I'd like to draw a white source at some point now that we have this Mirari's Wake, and we have Genesis Wave and Villainous Wealth. Wurmcoil entered the revealed card zone. Oh, if he's only revealing 1 card, that is definitely okay with me. He's going to tap out for this Wurmcoil, and then we can just opposition it for, through the breach. Okay. Oh, he's through the breaching a Wurmcoil. Honestly, that is a-okay with me. I am going to go ahead and block his Llanowar Elves. I will take 6. Alright, don't think that's necessarily the best play. I don't think it's the worst play either, but, you know. Probably not the play I would have made. Ooh, Gilded Lotus is a good draw. 4 and 5. So here we have Gilded Lotus. And I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and play Opposition. This one sets us up for the future where maybe he spends his turn dealing with our opposition. Or, if not, then I can set up a Mirari's Wake into one of these two big spells. Probably a Villainous Wealth, which might be good in his deck if he's playing through the Breach. Yeah, I'm fine not tapping Wallow Blossoms here, since it does the same thing. And then starting next turn, I get to, now I get to tap this to shut him off of blue mana. Alright, yeah. Just as we lined it up. I do realize we don't have our black Sorcerer Villainous Wealth yet. So another blue land. So what can I do this turn? If I play this land, I can go add white, green, Mirari's Wake. And then we can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could Genesis Wave for 7. Is that good enough? Probably. It's usually pretty good. So we're going to go Mirari's Wake. Add a green. We'll untap Tropical Island. Some more green. Some red. These. Did I math right? Yes, 7. So this is not the win right here, probably, but we can set up the win with Villainous Wealth. So we get Forest, Mana Confluence, Garruk. Is not that insane. But we do get to put Kozilek back into our deck. And as long as we're not just dead here, I like where we're at. Yeah, I'm gonna... It seems weird not to take Inkwell because we have the mana for it, but I'm just gonna take Rofellos so that I can play it. It'll tap down one of his... Oh, I forgot, you get all of them. I forgot this is a good card. So we can go ahead and tap down a worm token at his beginning of combat phase. Or I might just trade with one, who knows. Now, I'll tap it down. It's nice to have the mana. And we'll continue to tap down his blue sources. Alright, Daretti. Daretti is A-okay with me. Is it... Did I miss tapping? No, okay. We're going to tap the Death Touch Worm using Rofellos. Now we'll see if he likes this attack. He does. He's coming at me. He's not attacking with Metal Worker, though. So that's something to note. Okay. Well, we're going to move to blocks. And block like this. And I think for damage, in case he needs that blue mana during his main phase for his last card, I will, in fact, do that. Now I'm liking the position we're in, as Force of Will's not an out, and he has no blue mana in order to do any of that. He just... Alright. And is there okay. Arid Mesa. How unlucky. Yeah, we'll show him that we have an Arid Mesa. Get the last land out of our deck. And I suppose we won't show him any more of our cards. So we're just going to tap our Fellows, add black. Black. Ouch. Now I didn't do the math, but I think this is for his whole deck. And if it's not for his whole deck, I would imagine it has to be good enough to win the game. Yeah, it is only for 25 cards, unfortunately. Ooh. What a pile. Yeah, I'm going to cast a few of these. We'll start with Lotus Bloom. And then Mox Emerald. Mox Sapphire. Smokestack. Bloodbraid Elf. We're going to go ahead and Treachery his Wormcoil Engine. Cast this. Cast Ulamog. Sure. I'm not going to cast Bonfire. I will cast... Oh, no, I shouldn't have cast that Garruk. Oh, no, boo-hoo. Cast this. Cast Sarkhan. Cast the Titan. Yeah, we'll cast Preordain. And, yeah, we won't cast this either. So there's that. We have some triggers to put on the stack. We're going to go ahead and blow up his Doretti. And then always yield to our Bloodbraid Elf. Well, that is unfortunate. I guess we will not cast Mana Drain. Ulamog will blow him up. We'll Preordain. Don't think I want either of these. We drew a Jace. Alright, Inferno Titan. There's a trigger. We'll kill his Death Touch Worm. All three to that. We have a Sarkhan. We have a Xenagos. We have this Garruk. Yeah, sorry, Big Garruk. We're gonna keep his, whatever. We have our Ulamog. We have our Dig Through Time. I'll go ahead and take Genesis Wave and Turnabout. We should be able to Genesis Wave into a Crater Hoof now. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bloodbraid Elf, Smokestack, Mox, Lotus Bloom. Okay, so we'll start with a Turnabout. Target us. We didn't float mana, but I think that's fine. We'll take one. And green. Yeah, we're just gonna make sure we don't miss. We'll show him our whole deck. It's fine. We're really going off here, and I dig it. Okay, let's put all these permanents on the battlefield. Ah, what a battlefield. So I'm not really sure what I can attack with here, but I assume it's lethal here. Let me. Oh, actually, all his creatures are already tapped. So we'll begin combat and move to attackers and attack with all creatures. I think this was good enough. I don't think I've ever actually seen this many permanents in play at one time. Negative 16. Alright. We almost didn't have lethal. So he's playing dorky creatures. I think I almost like having Abrupt Decay here. Yeah, I saw a bunch of things that Abrupt Decay hits. I can add Abrupt Decay, and I don't think I mean, I think our deck is just pretty good. Yeah, whatever, we went sideboard. Here we are, we're just going to run it back. Submit. Hopefully we can do something like that again. What do we have here? We have we have the turn 1 Arbor Elf off of a Mana Confluence. We have turn 3 Jace if we draw land. I think this is still good enough to keep, so yeah, I'll go ahead and keep. We're on the draw, so maybe we draw like Tropical Island and we just get to turn 2 Jace. That would be, I think, fairly insane. He has Moxen right now, which I think is favoring him. Well, we are going to have turn 3 Jace at the very least. This is maybe the least impressive Arbor Elf of all time. All I really want to do here is well, hit mana, honestly. Yeah, turn 2 Xenagos is not bad. Hopefully I can beat this. I mean, at the very least he's going to kill us quickly if he's going to kill us here. I think our deck can beat this, though, even with this draw that we have. Well, there's our forest. Yeah, I think I'm just going to represent Mana Drain. I'm not going to bluff at all. I am going to attack Xenagos for 1 point of damage. We are going to die fairly quickly to this, and our Jace isn't going to do much other than draw a card. I'd almost appreciate just drawing like a Mana Crypt here, so we can Gilded Lotus. In fact, I just love Mana Crypt here. I think that's really what we need. Mana Crypt would be a pretty huge draw. I think it lets us follow up with Kozilek and stuff. At least he's out of stuff. I think that's good for us. So would I honestly rather have Sylvan Library over Jace? And Jace says gain life and draw a card. It says gain 2 life, draw a card. How do I feel about that? It doesn't change his clock, I don't think. I think he still has lethal over 2 turns. I get a 7, yeah. So I think Sylvan Library possibly just lets me see more cards. So I'm going to go with that. Doesn't, I mean, I'm probably not in the position to draw extra cards, but at the very least I could probably find something like a Mana Crypt and hope to win like a die roll or something so that I can power, Dualcaster Mage. I do love the value Dualcaster Mage. I think that card is sweet. Hopefully it's sideboard tech for him. Bring it in versus the Genesis Wave Villainous Wealth deck. I'm going to have to play around that card. Smokestack, okay. These are cards I don't care about, I'll be completely honest. So, I'm taking 8, maybe 9 here, depending if he attacks the land or else, so. Yeah, I don't think I can really block. I don't see games where... Oh, he's leaving back the Satyr. I think that is good for me. Lets me have an extra card draw if I really need it. If 2 cards is now the literal nut. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Would in fact like to use this ability. Well, we found our Mana Drain. That would have been nice earlier. Yeah, we're gonna concede. Cannot win this game. Alright, well, yeah, sometimes you lose games like that. I guess I will try to run it back on the play and hope he doesn't turn to Xenagos us again. I don't think there's much I could have done there. Maybe there were better hands to keep. I know I have powerful hands in my deck. I should probably mulligan more aggressively. But we'll see what happens between the match of me and Golion here. Whew. So this hand does a whole lot of nothing. I'm gonna mulligan. I think this hand is better. It's like the last hand, but has more action. And there's a Mana Crypt on top. Yeah, that is basically the definition of doing it. We're gonna get a turn 3 Gilded Lotus going on here. Whereas he has a Spell Pierce up. That is what he is up. That is the only reason he would shock there. So we're gonna play a land and then play Mana Crypt. And if he wants to Spell Pierce us, you know, I'm okay with that. Instead, we are just gonna play Wall of Blossoms. This does not get Spell Pierced, my friend. Yeah, and we hit our land drop. Okay. Basically perfect. Hopefully he taps out on that blue mana this turn so we can just play Gilded Lotus. You know, depending on what he does, I might actually just play Heartbeat on that turn and pass with it, though I think that's usually unsafe. Ready. Well, he did tap out, so that's pretty decent for us. And he's tapping out for something that I'm not too terribly afraid of. I think Mana Drain would be a draw I'd be happy with here. Alright, so he likes his hand. That's what I've learned from this. Alright, Tails never fails. Oh, well, except for that time. But that doesn't count. Alright, Island. Not bad to have more lands, for sure. Yeah, I'm not going to play Heartbeat. I think that's just way too risky. Both players have some mana acceleration going on here, though. It's pretty sweet. discard up to 2 cards. Let's see how many cards he discards. Bonfire, Faithless Looting. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't think either of those cards are going to be really good. Theoretically here, I could draw something really sweet off Time Spiral. Oh, he's just playing a Sarkhan. Alright, so we have free reign to do what we will. He is on the beats, though. I'd appreciate winning this Mana Crypt roll. Alright. Tails never fails. Yes! We are doing it. Oh, Awakening Zone? That card is good if I had, like, opposition. Alright, we are gonna go ahead and play Heartbeat of Spring. Oh, okay. Let's float our mana and Time Spiral. We'll use evens on both of those. Leave 4 mana floating. Okay. Let's play Mox Jet. Let's... So I have 8 more mana, so I could go up to 12 and Genesis Wave for 9. Or I could wait till next turn and play Maria's Wake and then Genesis Wave. Do I think I can survive another turn? Probably. I have to imagine I could. He also gets Heartbeat mana this turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and play Inkwell Leviathan. And then we'll cross our fingers for next turn. He no longer has Spell Pierce, I know that much. So he'll have like 10 mana at most. So he can't Ulamog us here. Well, he has Moxes and stuff. I guess he could have way more mana. Yeah, I mean, things could go poorly for us here. The Heartbeat wasn't really a miss, or the Time Star wasn't really a miss, but it definitely wasn't fantastic. Hopefully this turn we can get something real amazing going down with this Genesis Wave. Think I might try and play around Spell Pierce. Unless he discards it here. Then I won't. He discarded Faithless Looting. How lucky that he drew that again. Alright, we are going to take 4 here. But then we're not looking at much pressure on the board anymore either. So, yeah, I like our position. I'm glad we played this Inkwell. And he has the island, so he definitely can't block it. How OP for us. I'd be surprised if he has any sort of Wrath effect or anything in his deck. We saw most of his deck without board in it. Game 1. Tails never fails. Ugh! How brutal. We're probably going to die to like a fireball. Let's play Forest. We're gonna add white mana. And 2 green. Play Mirari's Wake. Alright, let's start with adding mana. So we have 12, 13, 14, 15 mana. I'm going to go ahead and play Basalt Monolith. It's pretty free. Add 3. Do I want to play around Spell Pierce? Do I lose the game if he has Spell Pierce? No. Yeah, I'll go ahead and not play around Spell Pierce. We get half our deck here. He's going to have Spell Pierce every time, and I'm going to be so tilted. Or Dual Caster Mage, so he's Genesis Waving. Oof, how sick. Well, there's his Spell Pierce. So he gets an Ulamog, a Xenagos, lands, stuff like that. His Genesis Wave is not too insane. Ooh, hopefully I can just hit a Crater Hoof and it'll be game. That would be like Crater Hoof and creatures. Well, we did not do that. We did hit lands though. Alright, that is our new board state. Let's go ahead and fetch. Do we have a target in here? I don't honestly know. We don't. We have Trop, though, left for our Windswept Heath. Let's go ahead and make 4 mana. Or 6 mana, geez. 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and draw 3 cards. Mox and Garruk. And so on. Let's play the Mox. Man, what would I do for a Brain Freeze here? Let's add green. Let's add black. Use the black and the blue. And let's tick up. We found our things. So it's going to add 3, 4, 5, 6. We have, it costs 8 mana. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. Ouch. 8. Crater Hoof. And we'll have to tap some creatures down with our dudes so that it becomes lethal. Hey, this is at the very least, this is a very fun deck to play. I don't know if we're going to go 3-0 with this deck, but it was a fun deck to play. Alright, let's start with oppositioning some big dudes. Opposition you. Opposition you. Do I have lethal yet? I need to get 1 through. He has 4 attackers. I'll have 2 blockers right now. He has 5 attackers, 6 attackers. Yeah, I mean, I guess I might as well just go for it. Do my best to pretend like he doesn't have anything, right? I don't think he does. Alright. Either I'm dead or you're dead, dude. Let's see it. Attacking the old Goleon. Alright, well, match 2 will be starting here in a second. I will see you guys then.